All right, hi guys, welcome. So we're going to cover enhancements today. There's a building event happening right now, and enhancements do count towards building event points. So if you are stuck and can't upgrade any buildings, you can always go. So we're going to start off with the keep. Each city building, minus the trap maker, has 3 sets of enhancements that you can do. They all add some kind of power, and they all add some kind of percent stat. So we'll go over those for each building. So this particular one is troop attack. This is for the keep. Troop defense and troop health. These particular stats affect all of your troops at all times. So whether you're attacked, whether you're attacking, these particular stats affect your troops. If you click the little eye in the corner for each enhancement, it will tell you the percent that you can get from each enhancement, as well as the power added per level. And then we'll go to the shrine. The shrine is troop health versus player. Again, that's all troop types. March speed versus seat of power. And troop defense versus player. Again, if it just says troop defense or health or attack, it affects all of your troops, not a specific type. The storehouse is infantry health versus player, ranged health versus player, and cavalry health versus player. You'll notice as I go through that some enhancements have marble, some have just the slate, and some have other advanced materials like pine, brick, and keystones. So you'll notice as I go through that some of them are higher level and have the other materials. This one is the Great Hall, and it's infantry attack versus players infantry, ranged attack versus players ranged, and cavalry attack versus players cavalry. Training yard is infantry defense versus players infantry, ranged defense versus players ranged, and cavalry defense versus players cavalry. And you'll notice that all of these are at a level that need brick. And then we'll go into the specific troop buildings. These are all going to be that specific troop type versus another troop type or that attack. So infantry attack versus player, defense versus ranged, and defense versus cavalry. One, as you can see, brick, pine, and keystones required, as well as the slate. This one is ranged attack versus player. This is going to be defense versus players infantry, and defense versus players cavalry. The stable is cavalry attack versus player, cavalry defense versus players infantry, and cavalry defense versus players ranged. Siege is going to affect siege, obviously, and that's attack versus players troops, defense versus player, and health versus players troops. And like I said, the trap maker has none. The wall is going to be infantry defense versus player. And again, brick and pine, as well as marble. Ranged defense versus player. And cavalry defense versus player. Smithy. Infantry attack versus players cavalry. Ranged attack versus players infantry. And cavalry attack versus players ranged. Rookery, infantry attack versus players ranged, ranged attack versus players cavalry, and cavalry attack versus players infantry. And you'll notice that each level has different event points assigned to them. Now MAESTER'S Tower is troop attack versus player. Wall damage bonus. So if you're looking to increase how much damage you do to a wall of an SOP or a player, this is the one that you want. And then this is march speed versus resources. It's not the strategic nodes, but this is like towards a farm or a sawmill or an iron node. So those are towards basic resources. Maesters or Watchtower, sorry. Watchtower, this is another one where I would suggest you start. You have general march speed reinforcing, and march speed versus creatures. So that's one where I would suggest starting as well. Now into the dragon pit. These ones are dragon specific. Dragon troop attack at a state of power. Dragon troop defense at a state of power. And troop health at a state of power with the dragon. So these particular enhancements are only applicable when the dragon is present in that march. The thing about enhancements is that, like I said, you can do them when you can't upgrade a particular building. So, for example, right now with the building event, there's the wall. This is the requirements to get my wall to 27. I don't have enough pine for it. So instead of doing the pine, I can go into enhancements and try to do an enhancement to get the points. Okay, and you'll see up here in the top where the event point banners are that each different enhancement has a different point value attached to it. So that's another quick way to increase your event points during building events when you can't upgrade a particular building. It's also a great way to increase your statistics and buffs and all that good stuff when you can't actually do like a research tree or just stack it on top of a research or gear or something like that. Okay, so that's a quick overview of enhancements. The marketplace does not have any, and I'll just show you the trap maker doesn't have any either. Okay, the marketplace has none, and the port doesn't have any either, because those are all buildings that you can't actually upgrade except the trap maker. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will answer them. But that is just how enhancements work and how to upgrade them. All right. If you have any questions, just reach out, let me know, and I will be glad to answer them to the best of my ability. Have a good day.